So I got my Cadet zt2 here. About to change my oil for the first time. I've got right at, I believe, 11.5 hours on it. Haven't had any problems out of it. Starts easy, runs good. There's only a few things, but it was just like factory things that I had to finagle. One of the pulley it's for the belt, the little finger that holds it on the pulley. It was smashed down a little too far, like it might have got bumped something while they were assembling it, and it was kind of putting pressure against the belt, and every once in a while it'd lock the belt up or throw the belt off one of the pulleys. So I had to finagle that. And then the only other thing I had problem with it was one of my blades was in clearance. It was just tapping the end on a piece of metal. So I had to, clearance that. But other than that, I've really have no complaints. It's set up to have a wash deck on it. Your little fixture here, you're supposed to be able to, after you get done mowing, hook up water to it, run it, and it should clean itself. That doesn't work worth a shit. So what I did is I got a couple of these heavy duty ramps from Harbor Freight, and I just pull it up on it, and before I start washing it, I get up underneath there with like a big flat blade screwdriver, and just there's chunks that get stuck up in there. And what it does is, whenever you're mowing, it sounds like the machine's bogging down, but it really it's got so much grass packed up around the blades that it's having trouble. But once it's cleaned out, it never bogs down. And I've mowed calf to knee-high grass, and there's no problems. But that's one problem. It does cake up full of grass, and that's what makes it bog. So yeah, now I clean it once, like every 2 mows. I'll get up in there and just check. Sometimes there's no clumps, but sometimes there is. Knock those down, then I'll wash it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil in it. So for my oil, I'm a Mobil 1 fan, but Mobil 1 at Walmart, I couldn't find a conventional, because since it's still under the first 50 hours, I'm probably gonna stick with this conventional for the next 2 oil changes until I'm for sure it's broke in. I mean, if you switch from because it's got conventional in it right now, but after this break-in period, after these 2 next oil changes, then I'll probably switch it over to a full synthetic. But if you switch it too soon, everything won't break in properly, won't get seated. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this Valvoline. And then I also got my Kawasaki oil filter. I like how they have this nice little deal below it, so it doesn't have to run down on the frame. It's already below the entire mower. Just gonna get 2 separate deals here and take that off, and open it up and let her drain. Just got me a channel lock on there, and then a 7/16 wrench. Just got a square little end right here. Work her off. Now that I got it open, I'm going to take and open up the oil pressure, the oil fill neck, so it can drain properly. Got the oil filter right in here. I've already broken it loose with a pair of these. I mean, it barely fit in there. It's kind of a tight little, got this, kind of a tight fit. Got a little towel underneath it. Kind of not really a good design. I could have put it underneath somehow. I'll have to see if I can find some better way of doing this than getting oil on everything. So now I got all the oil trained. I got the filter changed out. Gonna go ahead and reinstall the plug. Always first start it off by hand. Should be good. Got our genuine Kawasaki oil filter. Just kind of like to match them up, make sure the numbers are the same. 7007. I just took a little oil, put a little oil around this, so whenever I'm snugging it down on that, it doesn't bind up the seal and cause a leak. Then I always just get her hand tight. So anyways, I looked it up. This particular unit here is a Kawasaki FR691V, and it is 2 quarts exactly. Depending now, if you have the bigger one, like the 7 something, 7 and some change, it's 2.2 quarts. A big old cup of joe right there, boy, wake you right up. I know we still got a quart to go, but I just like to check. Just see what this is going to read with 1 quart in it for reference. So it is just barely on the very end of the dipstick. So if it isn't reading on the dipstick, you're 1 quart low. That's basically what I wanted to know, is it going to show up? So, I mean, got to keep it in your head, but if it's just barely touching the add, that means you're a complete quart low. So from this hash mark to that hash mark is 1 quart. Just like that, you're done.